Hey, Dr. Aziz here, #1 best-selling author and the founder of the Center for Social Confidence. And let me start by asking you this. Do you ever think that you're not good enough, or maybe even tell yourself that you're not good enough for some reason? And it often comes up in our dating and relationship lives. I'm not good enough to approach that person. I'm not good enough to date that person. Even if I'm in a relationship with this person, I'm afraid that they're going to find someone better or see that I'm not good enough and leave me. That's a huge area. And another big area where we're not good enough in our minds is in our work and career. Who am I to put myself out there? Who am I to sell this? Who am I to offer that? Who am I to speak in front of these people? Who am I to write this or do that? Or that person's better and more in this. And we see all the ways that other people are better than we are. And if you've ever told yourself that I'm not good enough, guess what? It's a complete load of BS, and you might already know that somewhere. But it's actually also just a huge distraction. It's a huge distraction. And the real problem there is not your worth or if you're good enough. That's just like looking at the completely wrong thing. It's like if you had a problem in your car and it doesn't start, and instead of opening up the hood and looking at the engine, you like go to the trunk and start, I don't know, tinkering around with the fabric or some shit back there. Right? It's just the complete wrong place to look. Because here's what's really happening. When you say, I'm not good enough, and then you don't do it, the real problem is a lack of risk. Better way to say it would be a lack of willingness to take risks. A lack of willingness to take risks. So here, let me give you an example. Let's say there's someone you want to date, and you're like, oh, I'm not good enough for them. What's actually happening is they're right over there, right? I'm getting the camera here. Right over there is what you want. And you could reach towards it. You could take a step towards it, and that would be a risk. And in that situation, the risk would be what? Moving towards that person, starting a conversation with that person. If you're already talking to that person, asking for their number or their email or whatever, approaching them for a date later on. And then as you date, starting to be the one to reveal like something that you like about them, or being more vulnerable, or sharing more of who you are. Those are all risks that will bring you closer to what you want. In this case, a great relationship. Now, you can also take steps that are putting you backwards away from where you want. And this story of I'm not good enough is actually just one big step back. And all it is an unwillingness to take a risk. So every time you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, oh, I can't do that, I'm not good enough, say, wait. All that's missing here is a risk. What risk am I afraid to take? And there's just one. Like, there's many you could take in your life, but in that instance, there's probably just the next one. You don't have to take the biggest leap right now, but just one small risk. Maybe I could speak up in that meeting. Maybe I could approach that person. And that is what you need to look at. And that whole absorbing story of, am I good enough? Can I do it? Who am I to maybe, blah? Like, you can spend your whole life spinning in that and get absolutely nothing and go absolutely nowhere. So this is a wake-up call to interrupt that pattern and say, wait a minute, that is complete and total bullshit. The truth is, I'm just scared to take a risk. What risk am I scared to take? Find what it is, and then you probably know the next step is you got to take it. You got to find, and if that's too big of a risk, find a smaller version and take that version of it. But no matter, at the end of the day, you have to take a risk to build your confidence and to break free of that story that you're not good enough. So go ahead and let me know how this works for you in your life. Click below to subscribe. We're doing more videos, releasing them weekly. And also share comments. You have questions for me, and also if you want to share and support with each other, I love reading the comments that people leave. So until we speak again, may you have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're awesome. I'll talk to you soon.